President Tinubu welcomes safe return of the Super Eagles, demands swift justice after team's ordeal in Libya.
Federal government inaugurates steering committee for Nigeria Jubilee program.
Distribution companies blame Transmission Company of Nigeria for latest nationwide grid collapse.
And on Good Morning Nigeria today, we shall take a look at Nigeria's reputation management.
Well, Nigeria is arguably recognized as a giant in the global community. Now, this is for obvious reasons. Size as the 7th most populous country in the world, and her natural resources.
The country's image experienced some drastic negative transformation in the mid-1980s and was on this trajectory for many decades. Now, there are several images I'm trying not to recall about our dear country. The piercing gaze from security officials at almost all Western airports with a when a green passport is pulled out. Oh yes, I'm sure many Nigerians have experienced this.
Ironically, many who experienced this had nothing to do with the negative perception of the country. Just a few bad eggs here and there gave Nigeria such an unpleasant reputation because of their involvement in shady, illegal and criminal activities.
Now let's look at the 2019-2020 index, which ranked Nigeria's passport 98th out of 199 countries. And in 2020, her Human Development Index fell 3 places to 161 out of 189 nations.
Well, some reports have also indicated that other internal issues such as corruption within the country also affected the country's reputation, and in no small way.
But several efforts have been made to repair the country's image. It's no wonder 2013 data by the Republican Institute ranked Nigeria 50th on the most reputable countries in the world, indicating some progress.
Well, fast forward to today, the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations is joining these efforts. It recently inaugurated a 23-man team known as the Nigeria Reputation Management Group Committee to help restore the country's good image.
Well, the question is, can the country's image be completely redeemed?
Well, it depends on who is looking at it. It's either the cup is half full or half empty. Some say it's gone beyond repair. Others are hopeful that we can
Some say the
turn
cup
corner.
has been completely damaged. So, you know. Anyways, this initiative will be officially unveiled today, talking about the NIPR damage control, or if you like, the repair of the Nigerian image. And members of the committee will be joining us shortly. We'll also take a look at the Nigeria Institution of Surveyors and its 90th anniversary. That's a big one. That's our outlook on Good Morning Nigeria today. Many thanks for joining us. I'm Henry John.
And I'm Victor. As well, let me also welcome you to today's program. We are reaching you on the network service of the NTA. As usual, Chukwudi Abuja will join us later on for the newspaper review, but that will be after the news with Sawa Khalil Ibrahim. Good morning, Sawa.
Before you say good morning to Sawa, she's just back from leave, looking fresh and well rested. Sawa, good to have you back.
Thank you, Gary and Victor. Good morning. Here is the news at 7. President Bola Tinubu, deeply moved by the inhumane treatment endured by the Super Eagles of Nigeria at the Libyan airport, warmly welcomes their safe return to Nigeria. The harrowing experience of the national football team at the hands of their host and the Libyan authorities prompted the Nigerian Football Federation to withdraw the Super Eagles from the scheduled match which is supposed to hold today, Tuesday. President Tinubu expects the disciplinary board of the Confederation of African Football (CAF) to conduct a thorough investigation and recommend appropriate action against those who willfully violated the organization's statutes and regulations. The president commends the proactive coordination between the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Federal Ministry of Sport Development in addressing the unfortunate episode and ensuring the safe return of our players. President Tinubu applauded the players for keeping their spirit alive despite the excruciating ordeal in Libya. The Nigerian leader recognizes football's unifying power in bringing nations and people together and views the treatment of our citizens as unsportsmanlike and inhumane, a stark contrast to the spirit of the game. He deeply appreciates Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, says the President Tinubu fervently calls on all lovers of the round ladder game and administrators to unite and work collaboratively to prevent and overcome such incidents in the future. Now, the federal government has inaugurated a steering committee of the Nigerian Jubilee program as part of measures to scale up its employment initiative and enhance employability of fresh graduates with market-ready skills and competence. Vice President Kashim Shettima, while inaugurating the committee, described the program as a decisive step toward equipping Nigerian youth with the required tools to become employees, innovators, and leaders in their chosen career. Now, the electricity distribution company in Nigeria have notified their customers of a general system collapse that occurred at 18:48 hours of Monday, 14th October 2024. The distribution company says this resulted in the loss of electricity supply currently being experienced across networks. Consequently, the distribution companies note that all interface with the transmission companies of Nigeria TCN stations are out of supply and they are unable to provide services to electricity customers. The 30th Nigerian Economic Summit themed collaborative action for growth, competitiveness, and stability has begun in Abuja, bringing together stakeholders from various sectors to ensure key economic challenges and opportunities. Moplang Dakok report that a session on regulatory reforms for economic growth and competitiveness highlighted the critical role of micro, small, and medium enterprise in Nigeria's economic development. Participants stressed the need for targeted regulatory frameworks that will support MSMEs, driving themed towards greater competitiveness and stability in the economy.
The farm to market.
I think that we need to double our effort. We need to double our resources as well in creating those policies that would engineer growth.
The summit are guided by three core pillars: people, leadership, and institutions. These themes focus on empowering the workforce, strengthening governance, and building resilient institutions that can drive sustainable economic growth. Now, the National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party, led by Umar Damagun, is threatening to report to the police its suspended officers for contempt of court. Acting National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Ibrahim Manga, stated this at a media briefing in Abuja, where he also alleged that some prominent members of the party are fueling the ongoing rift.
Boy, it is strange in the face of law and it constitutes nothing. And therefore, nobody also has shown his face, neither the suspended colleague of mine, National Publicity Secretary, nor the legal advisor has came anywhere near the Secretariat for this period.
That's the news at this time. Good Morning Nigeria continues with Nyanri and Victor after the commercial break.